Welcome everybody to another episode of What the Farq with me, Lord Farquaad. Welcome back to part number 3. So this is 3 of 7. So let's crack on. So we are back. So in the first 2 hours of our episode so far, we have managed to get to ops level number 6. Work our way, starting to build up our officers. We are building up our ships, building up our research, building up our buildings, and working through the missions. As part of our exploration into the difference between what it was like 2.5 years ago and what it is like today. Oh, I nearly forgot the timer. Let's get the timer going. There we go. Then we get our 1 hour timer. So let's, while we are here, let's make sure we've got these going. And there we go. So on my Ops 40 account at the moment, there's an Armada event on. So that has kept us occupied while we were looking for Armadas. Lucky enough, I managed to complete it all in the first 10 minutes. But being a new player into the game, and we can see that the events are very different. We don't have the Arc, we don't have the Battle Pass, there isn't the other types of events going on, just your standard normal daily events. Let's have a look to see what we've got in the Officer XP. So potentially I might be able to stick a little bit of Officer XP on that one and see if I can get some resources, because these guys have got nothing at the moment. So let's see what I can drop to bring him up. And this, what also it'll do is it will make life a lot easier, especially now. It's about building that power so you can start progressing at a good pace. Ooh, a bit low now. Let's fill up. Now, if we can fill up our crew with as much kind of a stats as possible, it's gonna say it will help in the long run. So let's get. Have I got any left? I can stick a little bit into Scotty. We're done. Now let's see where we are. We are in the almighty 598 power in base. Oh, just made it into the top 25 there. Not used to having 25 spots. We've got 10, and then if I'm lucky, I never place in them anyway. No point in even doing them. So really in this next hour, we're going to see what we can do from going from kind of 6. Are we going to get to 7? Are we going to get to 8? Let's see what we need to build while we are here. So what's the limitations that we have on our trip warehouse? 3. So let's get these builds done so that we can start moving on and get the big builds. Get the big builds going. No. Oh, build time so quick. Still not trying to touch that lat much as possible. Again, it's something that we know that we need further down the line, like massively. So unless I really have to, as I did in the last video, I did use it on some research because I completely forgot you can use lat for dill. That's help speed up. And what this has done by me doing this quick build, now I've kind of jumped through a load of the required set missions that this wants you to do. Let's have shield mod. What do we need? Only 6. But as we are going ships, let's do that. and then we are going to we'll have to find out what's going on on the server. Sounds awfully interesting. So let's get this one. So 21 minutes time with speed ups, probably bring that down to about 15 minutes time. So let's start working our way through these missions. So back to kind of the way that I was looking at before. Really, they say the combat missions I'm not overly interested in doing right now. I will do them and probably end up completing them as part of the missions that we're doing, because you're hitting hostiles. As I don't have the Corvette yet, or do I? Let me just double check. As I haven't got Shipyard 5, which I need to build after I build the R&D, then I can have one out mining, doing the mining missions, and I can just start cracking on with these. So let's start opening up, and what we'll do is we'll get down here. Wants me to finish off down here, so let's finish that off. So it'd be good to kind of say, get your feedback from here, and kind of maybe understand how long you've been playing. There's probably some people who might be watching this who have only just started and only know it this way. And again, I hear from a lot of legacy players that have expressed the desire to start a new account because, frankly, they're a bit bored. On 147, we've got our first 50 bro, as Ultimate DJs would call him, and he's going, right, okay, well, what else have I got to achieve in this game right now? But the amount that he has invested in this game, I don't see him going and starting again. But within our kind of our Discord channel, what that has done is that has people have been going, do you know what, this is just making me want to go and start again, because it gives me something to do within the game, which is what a lot of guys are missing at the moment. They've had enough of doing the same repetitive 15 tasks or so that they have to do on a daily basis. So, did I defeat it? Alright. Oh, I did. Oh, look at that. So what do we go for? Parts? Or because we're now moving away from, because we've maxed out the Rialta, we now don't have to worry about this. We're now going to go down this way and see, right, get ready to die. Quick trip home. So yeah, so kind of what this video really has done is it brought to light that there are many that wish they could start again, but with the time and the investment that they've put into the game, there's no feasibility within for them doing it at all. So, which is a bit of a shame, really, and also the effort of having to run more than one account is massive, just due to the fact, just look at Rev and the number of accounts that he's been running for different tests, and been able to go back and look at ships and kind of say from there, and the number of instances he's got, for him to actually keep on top of his main account, which I think is a 40 now or a 39, that must be tough. To keep on top of everything, especially if you're above 15, and you got to think about the shielding and getting raided and those things. So let's have a look. I've got enough to repair. That's fine. minutes. Let's get back down here and finish the chips off so I can finish. As I'm here, as I'm doing this mission, I'm just going to keep doing it so that it's done. Also, I need to defeat 3 hostiles level 4 or higher. So that works with that one. So we can do 2 birds with 1 stone. For this one here, I'm going to complete that now. Are there any more that require hitting? Got to do some mining. And then that one. Okay. So we'll work our way through these missions and start kind of generating. Some of these are going to be missions that have follow-ons. I don't know if this one is, but we will see how that goes. And it's all a surprise because I don't remember these early missions. Thinking about where I started when I was in a ops. When I started 2.5 years ago, I think I started here. Or it might have been up here. But it was definitely on the kind of, say, the northwest side of the map. Defeat 5, level 3 hostiles. Okay, let's have a look. So we've only got 4 level 4 system. Let's come back to the level 4 system and just start clearing some of these away, and then we can start clearing some away. Nation. And then what we can do is say once we've done all the red hitting ones, we can then go out and zoom out on the map and start looking at it and start planning our next journey across the system to see what we can do. Aha! Bring it on. Get him on the triangle. So this is something that we never really thought about at the time. I say for us, we just attacked everything. We didn't think about shields regeneration. We didn't think about the triangle. We didn't think about actually explorers are as weak as hell as a hostile that you can defeat very easily, and later on down the line that is going to be your main grinding whatever you are. You're gonna constantly hit them. What have we got going on? Like that. Next gen Riker. We've got some more combat training here. We've done that one. I've got to do level 5 station. I think we are today. Often there's one level 5 that we need to do up here. So it's level 5, nice and simple. Where are you? Let's see what we're doing with our builds. Okay, so we've got some research is done, nice and quick. So again, that will add, once you go, that'll add a little bit more back to the base. So this is a great kind of what's happened here, because we've raced ahead slightly again, and what it's allowed us to do is some of these missions, I say, they are follow-on storyline missions that just kind of the chain missions. Sorry, chain. And what that's going to keep doing is just constantly providing us with a kind of a small, steady stream of resources for us to keep going. So I'm still blocked until I've got R&D. Shuttle bay's at 8, so that's really where I want to get to, is to start opening up that shuttle bay and start doing away teams. Okay, so let's have a look. So hull density, full. I'm now completely maxed out on my research until I have my Armada R&D, so R&D 6, 5. So that should now give me, let's get our research, new research, yes. So now we can start moving on to the next bit and start building up. So this is one of these, I know that I said that I was going to work strategically through this 7 hours, and if I was thinking ahead as a player to get myself with research, would I max out every research based around levels to ensure that I've maximized it, but then I could potentially be not in that part not actually make it through to or have buildings to do, and vice versa. So it's one of those predicaments where you want to do it's for me, I'm in no rush. If we do carry this on, I'm in no rush to get this one completed. Just send this guy back, because yeah, we're going to build a Corvette. Do have some hostile stuff. We'll get that on the next one. I've got to return to the station for this. Then we'll move out into the galaxy. What is that? That's it all. Did it all? Right. Did that always look like that? I'm sure it didn't. Maybe that's some new artwork. But it's definitely something that's been noticed there. Helps. Nice. Right. So let's get ourselves back out onto the, and then we can start look. So far, kind of we've. Oh, come on. Stop going into super zoom. So far we've kind of explored this area around here. So I'm thinking, as we haven't really gone up this way yet, let's get ourselves up here. We'll miss Risa on the way through, start doing these missions here, and maybe we can start looking to open up some of these lower missions and our hub planets, hub systems around here, and kind of see if there's any other missions that are hidden at the moment from us, and then we can start working our way through there. I really want to get the shipyard sped up so I can get that ship. Shipyard done. Brilliant. Right. Build this. Let's build this ship. We can go from one ship to 2 ships. No chance am I building that. Oh, look at that ugly thing. Oh. Right, thank you very much. Right, let's go and mine some stuff. Shame I haven't got any mining officers to actually help with that, but we will go from there. Another another thing that they didn't have beforehand, which was the move in, is the toggle button. That is, again, we used to have to remember where systems were, and you had your graphs with this one's a trip, this one's a two star ore, 3-star crystal, and you were having to learn about kind of where things were. Now it's definitely a lot more comfortable, I would say, for a new player to go and find the resources. Yes, you don't know what's in an undiscovered system, but let's get that out there, because I need to find stuff. Lots and lots and lots of research. Right, next thing to build. So we are now, it's time to start getting and start leveling up. So let's look at our requirements. So I've got to get shipyard level 6. So before I can do that, so shipyard level 6 to get to 5. So for 5, oh, I need R&D 6, which is okay. So R&D 6 is 34 minutes. Let's get some helps first. We can get those 11 helps to bring those down. And it's interesting because I say back in the day you just didn't really think about helps and building times, and I need 1,000. It take me 50 minutes. Mining can be dangerous. All depends on what server you're on. If you're on one of those unlucky ones with a row that stops you from doing anything, I recommend swapping if you can. So what I wanted to do, so I know that it was checked earlier. I want to see, so we're on 127. Not even going to try to pronounce it at all, but 127. I need to make that decision for, again, another new thing that new players can do. For us, you couldn't play with your mates. You couldn't ask your mates to, oh, come on, play this game. It's absolutely awesome. You'd all join at the same time, and you would end up in completely different servers. And yeah, that thing of doing something together as a team, as a unit together, just disappeared, which is very interesting, because if you talk about back in episode 1, we showed that advert and it talked about winning as a team. Well, originally you couldn't win with your team, because if your team was spread all over servers, then you were stuck, unless you kept on creating new accounts to try and find your mates. And it was just, and back then we didn't know how many servers there even were. We didn't know numbers, and I say Discord wasn't really there at all in its very, very early stages. Probably, I think it was January of that year. And I'm getting some lag now. So seeing something like this now, where a new person go, right, okay, where are my mates? Right, my mates are on 144. Okay, brilliant. Well, I'll get in. I'll get myself up to 12 in a nice, easy environment, and I'll come and join you with a 1 relocation token. And I think that is, again, it's probably one of the good. Shall I kill him? Oh, I can't not, can I? So he's on a 0 node. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh, first kill. There you go. Achievement unlocked. Warmonger. Woo! Right, what was in this system? Anything in this system? Nothing in this system at all. Okay, let's get down to another system. So as I say, we're starting to do some exploring. Some territory. Some right lag at the moment. Probably my system more rather than the scope, please, but we'll blame them rather than my underpowered CPU at the moment that is screaming at me. So it would actually have been very, very interesting to see what I know Scopely will never release these figures, but actually to understand the metrics when it comes to new players coming in, their in-game time, their activity, how long they are sticking around for, because it'd be really, really interesting to know that and to work it out and to see where maybe compared to back in the day you would have had, I don't know, a 80% retention rate compared to now where I know retention rate could be 50% are there within 7 days, and I'm out of this. Right, so up here. So I've got half an hour. I don't know how many extra helps I'm going to be getting in here. So I don't know how many extra helps I'm going to be getting from my alliance. Sorry, I've just been attacked on the main again. Serves me right for leaving miners out for too long. As long as it's not my base, I'm all good. Let's crack on with some missions. So what we're going to do is, I can't wait. I'm going to use a few speed ups, which is not what I want to do, but we need to start getting through some of this research so that we can. There we go. It's very interesting that the ship, when you first started, you would never have thought that the ship that you start the game off, your little Rialta, would actually end up becoming a ship that you would be using later on in life. I would say our level 50 on our server uses it, but he actually scrapped it when he had the chance to. So he doesn't have one. But it used to be an amazing, it's still very, very good for that distraction technique and delaying an attacker or delaying a defender to when you're raiding, or especially at the moment if you're in territory space. The worst one is you've just been hit, you jump online, you see that little cherub there, and you're thinking, I'm not going to make it in time, it's going to take me 10 seconds to get to them, and I know that within 5 they're walked out. So getting that realtor straight out there, bang, is a great little there. Delay them for 7, 5, 6, 7 seconds. That gives you time to get your ship out there. You can start getting your resources back, and if you're lucky, you can catch that little cherub with a nice full hull, and yeah, take some back, take somebody else's, and if you've got a small hull yourself, then it's for them a repair bill and a loss of time and loss of resources. They have stole, let it go into the ether, into the galaxy. That would be really cool. Something like that. If your ship is blown up and you lose what would be protected cargo, or that stuff that's over what we want to call it, unwinnable, you can't take it because your cargo's not big enough. That would be great if it was just left there floating in space, and you could go and collect it at a later date, or somebody could come along and steal that cargo that's just sitting there. They're very much like in the so very much like the original Enterprise, when they were doing the Horizon, and they were talking about it, and they had to jettison the cargo to get away. That would be really, really cool. So you'd have like the cargo would be there, and you can go back and go and get it with your Horizon or your North Star. It wasn't a Horizon, North Star, I think, wasn't it? In Enterprise, but you can go back and get there. That would be pretty cool. But then there'd just be resources all over, and I'm sure people would exploit it, and there'd be just people crying about it. You stole my resources, I left it there. Oh, and all that. And then there'll be a row against it, that you're not allowed to touch somebody else's resources, and just, yeah, it's a great idea until some bureaucrat on another server decides that they're not happy with getting hit or losing something, and then they force some sort of server rule change onto everybody, and it just sucks the fun out of a server. And that's probably one of the biggest reasons, I would say, apart from repetitiveness probably of the game, and the potential to come a little bit stale and sometimes a bit boring, that being hit, being emptied, getting upset about losing your 1 million par, about being hit for 1,000 crystal, that's the reason why people leave the game, because they don't see this as a game. They take it all way too seriously. You don't want to know about some of the hostility that has been put my way, and you know what, I'm guilty of it myself. Sometimes you do get a bit swooped up in the moment, and take it out on others when it's not really their fault. It's just part of the game, you know. Yeah. If I had just spent 100 quid and for resources and I got raided, then I'd be pissed. Which I think, again, a lot of people that was what was happening back in the day. there wasn't as much resource in the game as there is now. So people were buying packs for resources to build buildings. And because of the ease of being able to one shot a base, and just take everything within the space of a minute. It could be a minute, 2 minutes. If you got a swarm going on with them, then they're like, well, I've just spent 100 quid on resources and I've just thrown it down the drain completely. My wife's going to kill me because actually I've got nothing to show for the money that I've literally just spent. So yeah, it's a tough one. It's to say everything's got to be kind of slightly monetized, and it's like it's a Corvette orgy. Look, I'm all parked up. Oh, I just want to just bang, 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 bang. But you can't hit other ships at this. It's early on. You can't reach level 10. Let's move back out. Cool. Right. Come on. Let me get. There we go. Right, lots and lots of missions on this one, which are actually probably 8's going to be a little bit too far, I think. And I've got a prereq. Keeper. Oh yeah, a mine trip. Whippity bloody do. Okay, so what I have to do is I have to remember, and I'm sure I'll be back into Risa so many times. Eliminate 5 ships in Risa. No chance am I going to eliminate 5. I'll go until I'm dead, and then I can start again. Come on, lag. There we go. Let's throw that shit there. Quick trip home. And then we'll go from there. Let's have a look. So we got 23 minutes left of this. And you know what? I think I must be going mad because I don't think I've ever spoken to myself for this long. It's crazy. It helps in. But everyone else is getting help. That's one thing as well. Just don't be scared to click O with people. Like, just say to click help, because just in the same way as you want to speed everything along, people want to speed stuff along as well. And it's all about working as alliance and working together. And I say for me at the moment, I don't really know my alliance, but I'm hoping that I will start to build new bonds, build new relationships outside of my server. Done. We've got any dailies to get. I don't think I'm going to get to level 8 today. I'm not going to get the 4-hour chest, I know that for sure. Unless I go and do another hour, but then that's going to be the one that killed me every time. Especially if I'm doing it in hour sessions every day. I'll get the 24s and I'll get me 10 minutes, but I'll never be able to get those 4 hours because I've never been online enough to actually get them. So let's go shield efficiency, armor. Let's bulk this up, build up shield health. Always important. If you want to know about the reason why shields and why mitigation and how all the mechanics work on that, I recommend going and watching Revs or Ultimate DJs stuff. They are got some great information with regards to the ins and outs and the more complexities and understanding of the game. For me, I've got it there, but the way my brain works, it's not it's not going to come out that way. So I'd rather save you me trying to explain about shield mitigation, reasons behind it, and alter what goes to the hull and what goes to the shield and officers to do with it and everything. That's Rev's got the info there, and I think that his stuff is great. You want good snapshot, quick learning lesson with a little bit of fun added in. That is Rev, and he's all there. Right, let's hopefully I've just done that. Good stuff. Level 5 as well, just to get that. 7 hostiles of level 6 higher. Let's bring that over there. Collect these missions while we're here. So I am going to be sure. It's the mission button there. Pressing too quickly. Brilliant. Do they want me to relocate? Great. Well, I'm not ready to relocate yet, so I will relocate when I feel that I have done some more of my missions. And that's the 8 one. So this one here at the moment I'm not really caring about. Is these other ones that are tripped next 500 trip shoulder tripped par. So really I want to get kind of like 1,000 par and get that done. Okay, where am I? What am I doing? Have I got anything in that system? No. Okay, so I'm going to be moving out further down that way. Got to read that. See where my missions are at the moment. So I've got one very close to me here. Got Reeser up here. Got this here, which I expect is going to open up higher level ones. So it will open up. It's not opening up down here. What we'll do, I think, as we are don't use the roll. Funny enough, I actually have a gaming mouse, but for some reason my left scroll doesn't work. So if anyone's got any tips on how to set up BlueStacks so that I can use the roller on the side, the wheel on the left hand side of my mouse rather than on the top. Top goes up and down. That's fine. I can do that. It's the left and right that I need. So if anyone's got any tips on how to get that set up in BlueStacks, please let me know. There's been a little bit more of an uneventful hour, but this is one of those hours where we've had, say, hour 1 we were getting into it, hour 2 we were kind of starting that first initial explore, hour 3 we're kind of right, okay, we're moving around a bit more. Now we've got to start mining. Things are taking a bit longer to build. Do I use speed ups? Do I have to start thinking about, right, okay, do I need to start planning where my what am I going to be building next to ensure that I've got the right research to be lined up, or is there any killing ones just quickly? The veteran is 4s. I think they were all 6s, weren't they? Housing River. Fix it. The Mighty Fortune. Alright, so let's get back, do a quick repair, and we are going to start exploring southwest of the map, and we'll see where it ends up as. So we're coming down to our last 15 minutes now. It is surprising actually how quickly time does pass by in this game. You can jump on and think, right, I'm only going to be on 10-15 minutes, and then you've got, oh damn, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Wife's shouting at me, kids are going to be up in a couple of hours, and I've just been raiding space for the last X amount of hours. So move station to a level 6 or higher. I don't want to move miner out there at the moment. Fine. So let's start. Out a little bit. There we go. Right. We need to start working our way down into the depths of these systems down here. So do I take the route down here? Shame that doesn't connect there. Let's work our way to the furthest point first. So it's interesting because when 2018, when we started, this is the map that we saw was very, very different. What we saw was up here, up here, up here. This was a lot lighter. There was, and we saw Federation space, Romulan space, and Klingon space. Then the swarms came along. Well, it was augments came along. Then the swarms. Or was it swarms then orgs? I can't remember. We've got the Eclipse now. We've got the Borg. We've got the Borg cube up here. It just looks absolutely huge. It's never that big, is it? And then obviously one of the biggest updates that came into the game obviously was territories and territory capture. Really weird to see a territory that's completely untouched. And it will literally be down to the first, I think you got to be Ops 21, Ops 22 to get access to territory space. So it'd be interesting to see which alliance will be the first to go and mine the ISO, to understand that to be mining ISO out in Eclipse space, or in that little the few kind of free systems out towards the east. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that plays out. Right, let's see what we've got going on in this system. Let's go. Ah, good. I've got a couple of missions here, which is good. So let's think about what we need. We can go the kind of help, or we can go that little extra mile and get that extra stuff, which should be fine because it's gonna be a small little ship. At these levels, we shouldn't really be worrying about some of the mission bosses. I think with my ship power being, what are we at? 647. I think if a mission boss was maybe, I don't know, 850 or 900, I think it would struggle. But with the way things are now, I think I should be okay with a number of the mission bosses. left in this one? Nope. Okay, I'm back up this way. I was going to go down here. Come round. But I got a feeling. Oh yeah, worms weren't there either. I forgot about the worms. So, wormadas, whatever they were. So memorable. I can't even remember. We keep plodding on, so we're into the last 10 minutes of hour 3 of our journey as a noob into this game. Does it tell that my kids play Roblox and watch Unspeakable? Oh, I get some of my tits, but there you go, that's a... You don't want it. Maybe we'll talk about my YouTube gripes and what my kids watch on bloody YouTube, and how absolutely grinds my gears. We'll do that in hour 4. I'll have a bit more of a chit chat about Lord Farquaad and what would little kids be. You know what? Stick down in the comments what you feel that the Farquaad kids could be, and Farquads is not one. Thank you very much. Before you say anything rude will be taken for note. Will be noted. Little shits is one. But right, it wants me to do something here. Why couldn't I find something? Maybe it wants me to kill something in the system. Let me have a quick look. Oh, there we are. There. I was looking around and I couldn't. Another small. How is my... Oh, I was really hoping I was going to be able to get to at least Ops 7. Now it just shows that in 2 hours we jumped through up to 6 Ops, and then in 1 hour we've barely moved kind of 1 Ops level. So it's definitely showing that you kind of, it comes in heaps and waves, and this happens further on down the line, and that's what we would apply as paywalls, really, where you feel that, you know what, the only way I can grind through this level is to get my credit card out and pay for this or pay for that. But as a long-standing player, I can tell you right now that you can. Yes, it may be a grind. Yes, it may slow you down. Yes, you may get frustrated, but you're going to keep going, whatever happens. There's no point in giving up in this game, because what's the point of making that? Scopely wouldn't make a game that's impossible to get through if you weren't free to play. Yes, you want everything now. Yes, I want the best stuff. Yes, I want this. But you have a choice. You can pay for it, get it all now, or you can grind it out. And there are free-to-plays who are Ops 41, 42, who have ground it out. They have been strategic. They haven't just spent... They don't spend on, for instance, leaderboards that they know they're not going to win. It's a very simple dynamic, really, that we didn't really think about back in the day. We just spent on everything because we didn't know better. And actually thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have stuck that XP into, because I have a real bad feeling I'm not going to stay top 23, am I? Now in the 30s with 18 minutes to go. Means I'm now... Get it now, am I? So we're coming down to our last 5 minutes of the game. We are... Let's see if we can complete another couple more missions while we're here. Okay, getting a little bit tougher. this is definitely what you would call a mission heavy system. Not what is the one up the top which has planets? Where is new faction discovered? New faction discovered. Woo! Does that mean I can start collecting stuff now? Didn't I just say you never got last time? You didn't get faction unlocks this quick. So we never got positive. Yeah, getting onto factions, that's a whole nother kettle of fish as well. But we can talk about that in hour 4. I can bore you with my little journey and what I did and what I would probably look to do with this one. Would I go and try and, if I'm playing the long game, for instance, would I try and go triple faction from the start? Would I go dual and then try to grind it back once I've got to 10 million? It really does kind of stuff in this. Where's those little 6 ships? So yeah, I've really got to kind of think about that as an approach and where if I want to be aggressive or with the factions and go 1 and just go straight up to 10 mil and start working my way from there, or do I just go active? There must be something in this system. Find anything wanted me to do, so there must be a mission somewhere. Oh, there we go, that's fine. Put this on to prepare. What we'll do is we will finish off our shipyards, finish off our shield mods. Got 2 minutes to go. Let's move in here. And what we can do is we can start Ops 7. Ooh, very exciting. So we did. It took us an hour of playing a little bit of catch up. That's actually not what I should have done. Looking back at it now, I should have really have brought these up to date and got these up to 6 before I went to 7, but we'll look at that and we'll play catch up next time to get those and make sure that they are get some research ready as well. Brilliant. Got 13 minutes left on the par, and we've got. I'm going to do is I am going to take my Realtor and stick it on Trit node. Mine some Trit while we are away. Where's the Trit? Pretty Trit. Where's the Trit? Trit. Any Trit about anywhere? Where's the Trit? These Trit systems or Dill systems? I really can't remember. I don't know. I guess we'll find out next time, won't we? Let's say we're coming to the end of the of this hour. Again, thanks very much for coming along on the journey back to where it all began. Make sure to subscribe and and like the video. Share the video. Get your alliance members watching this. Let's start to build up a bit of momentum with this, and what we can potentially do is see if we can do a live stream for hour 7 and make a bit of an event for it. So again, thanks very much everybody. Have a great day, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you again on another episode of What the Farq Presents.